Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Alyssa, and for today's video, I am bringing you a voiceover tutorial on the eye look that you see right here. I was gonna share my whole tutorial, the base makeup included, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was in the absolute trenches during every step of my base makeup routine today. It was one of those days where it is a literal miracle, you guys, that I did not have to restart my base makeup. I have no idea how I was able to salvage this, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it does not look great. So when we zoom in later, just focus on the eyes. Like, just pretend you don't see anything else, because I'm sure I look a hot mess. I was just in the trenches today, you guys. Like I said, my foundation wouldn't lay right. I used my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer today, and it must have gone bad, which is so strange because it's like only a couple months old, this particular one that I have, and it wouldn't come out the sponge. It was literally pulling my foundation off of my face, and like when it finally came out, it was like kind of thick and chunky, and I don't know. It's going in the trash, that's for sure. But I don't know how I managed to make it through this base makeup because it was not good. So we're only focusing on the eyes today, and I'm excited about it because I've been loving playing with colors. You guys can tell that by my channel and all my tutorials, but I wanted to do orange today because for the first time, I decided to use the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush in the shade Fuego Flush. This is that gorgeous orange shade that I picked up during the Sephora sale, and I had gotten a few questions about my thoughts on it during that video, and because I hadn't tried it yet, I couldn't give any. So I'm going to quickly kind of talk to you guys about this because I do have some thoughts on it. This is what it looks like up close, and as you can see, it is definitely like a shimmery blush. It doesn't have chunks of glitter or anything, but it is definitely not matte, which is what many of the questions were in relation to, like how did I feel about the shimmer in this blush. And to be honest, I knew it had the shimmer in it when I bought it. I had looked at it in store and everything because an orange blush is a commitment in general. But I love the Fenty Beauty Formula, which is why I wanted to try it. Now, the shimmer, it's shimmering, you guys, because look at my cheeks. Like, are you joking? Like, look at them. My cheeks look wet. Like, I look like I have literally got a ton of highlighter on, and no joke, you guys, I did not use the first highlighter today, not a liquid or a powder. Everything that you see on my cheeks right here is from the blush and the blush alone. So it is very intense. Like, if you're not looking for this kind of glow, stay away from this blush, because as far as I know, all her other colors are more like matte or like a demi matte. As far as the color goes, I wanted orange, okay? Now, it's not going to be the same color as my eyeshadow, but I was hoping for orange. This is a very, 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 very light shade. It really was not giving the color that I was personally hoping for, especially with such an intense eye look. So I ended up having to add some of a more orange bronzer that I have, kind of to blend it out, because there was a really stark difference between where my like blush stopped and the rest of my makeup kind of continued on, which I didn't love. And I didn't obviously, of course, drag my blush over my nose today because of the shimmer. So I don't hate the blush, but I definitely do not love it. I'm not going to get rid of it at this moment in time. I'm not going to return it or anything. I want to play with it a little bit more because in my mind, after using it today, I think that it's going to look better with a more natural makeup look, because I don't think it's going to be trying to compete with my eyeshadow. So I'm going to kind of let it go for now, but like, for a summer look, like if you want to look glowy as all get out, this is stunning. But just be mindful, it's not exactly how it looks in the pan by any means. I really don't think you can tell that I'm wearing a lot of blush. I think it just more looks like I've got like bronzer and like a really dewy base going on, in my personal opinion. But you can let me know your thoughts on that down below. Let me know if you have any other questions. I will feature this again in another video with a more toned down look and see how I feel about it as well. But like I said, I don't hate it. It's definitely not my favorite. Like, I love my other shades better, and my Rare Beauty blushes are also outshining this at the current moment. But I'm definitely not mad that I've tried it out. So anyways, you guys, without further ado, we are going to jump into this tutorial. I am so excited to share it with you guys today. I think it turned out so pretty. I love a good orange eyeshadow look. I love anything with a pop of color. I think it makes my eyes look just like really big, which is great for me. So anyways, you guys, without further ado, I hope you're excited and let's just go ahead and get started. All right, y'all, jumping on in with the shade Feelin Myself from the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. I am going to start laying this down, kind of mapping out my shape in my crease area. Now, I started this with a really fluffy brush and just realized it was not giving me the color payoff I wanted. It was really blending that shade too good, girl. So I went in with a more dense kind of fluffy brush and I'm just going to start packing that on. You can see immediately, especially in this shot, how this particular brush just lays down that color so vibrant and bright, which is what I wanted from the get-go. Now, if you are nervous, of course, you can use a really fluffy brush the entire time. It's just going to kind of depend on you and how you like to do your makeup. So I'm just kind of laying down my shape like I mentioned, really filling in that outer corner and bringing it all the way into the inner corner because I am doing a smoky eye. And then I'm just going to go ahead and real sloppily just throw it on the lower lash line as well. I love doing a smoky eye like this where it just looks super messy. It is one of my favorite ways to do a smoky eye. From here, I'm taking that original blending brush and just buffing out those edges, really just kind of diffusing this shade. And these shades blend so gorgeously, so they're so easy to work with, even when you're using a really bold orange color like I am today. Now I'm going to be taking the shade called My Man, and on a small fluffy brush, I'm just going to lightly kind of buff this along the outer edges, both top and bottom, to really diffuse that orange shade again. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, but you guys know me, I'm all about adding dimension to my looks, and so just adding this shade really kind of helps it pop. And since it kind of has like a peachy pink undertone, it kind of just helps it blend into my skin, which I think is really nice. After we have that all blended out, I'm going in with the yellow shade in the palette called No Joke, and I am using a really small fluffy brush, but you could also use a packer brush if that's what you have. And I am just going to really focus on packing this onto my inner corner, both top and bottom. I'm really looking for that bold pop of color, so I'm going to go in quite a few times with this shade and then very lightly buff out the very outer edges just to help it blend into the orange. Now I'm taking the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in the shade Golden Hour and popping this all over my lid. And I'm so sorry for the blurry shot that it was focusing on my mirror, but these are stunning. I highly recommend these little Diamond Lights Finishers if you love glitter because they are just so reflective and so easy to work with. It is just making my lids look super shiny and wet. And then I wasn't going to add any liner, but I figured with the lashes I had picked out that I would do just at least a thin line just to kind of help the lashes blend. And so this is me just kind of laying down that liner just on my lash line. And then I couldn't resist. I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do a wing. So here I am throwing on a wing. I cannot recommend this liner enough. This is the Hank & Henry Slick With It liner. I'm no joke, you guys. I cannot perform a wing that good with any other liner. This is the best. Of course, I popped on those lashes. They are the Baddie B lashes in the style Saucy. And I'm using that Fenty Beauty blush that we talked about in the beginning. This is me mentioning that it's kind of light. This is what the swatch looks like. And we're going with it, y'all. We're going to pop it on the cheeks. I pop it really high on my cheeks by my temple, right underneath my eye, as I always do. And you can tell right here, like I mentioned, it wasn't giving the way I thought it would give. It's pretty, it's glowy, but it's really toned down, which is not a bad thing. If you're someone who wants to try orange blush and don't want something like the Danessa Myricks, this is a good place to start. I think this would be gorgeous on really fair skin tones as well, but you can tell here I'm not completely feeling it. So I do take this Colourpop bronzer in the shade Golden Moment and just kind of buff this all along the outside of the blush because I felt like it just looked like I had blush and then nothing else. So I just really wanted to help that blend, and that bronzer has more of like an orangey undertone to it. So I do think it kind of helps save the day. But after that, I popped on a nude lip, of course, which I will have everything I use listed down below. But this is the completed makeup look. I love a bold eye and just kind of a really nude lip. I think they're so fun and so pretty, and I just love playing with color. You guys know this. So I really hope that you enjoyed the video today. I would love to know your thoughts and opinions down below, and let me know if there are any other colors you would like to see me do eye makeup looks with. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate you spending your time with me. Of course, give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!